Now to our developing story on NBA Today. Stephanie White has been named the head coach of the Indiana Fever this morning.
Did you hear the latest news from the WNBA? The Indiana Fever made a huge move by bringing in Stephanie White from the Connecticut Sun, and it's causing quite a stir. The players from the Sun are really shaken up, especially Alyssa Thomas, who seems fired up about it. With White on board, the Fever are looking like serious contenders for the championship, especially with Caitlin Clark leading the team. So how did this all unfold, and what does it mean for the upcoming season? Let's dive into it.
Not looking good for the team that played what I called puke ball. The Sun, the Connecticut Sun.
Let's paint the picture. The Connecticut Sun were on top of the world after a fantastic season. They were the team everyone was talking about and the ones to beat. But now things are unraveling quickly, almost like a last-second shot that misses its mark.
But they're screwed. Obviously, their coach has gone to the Indiana Fever. Their coach went to the enemy, which is not great for them.
Things are really heating up. Alyssa Thomas, one of the Sun's standout players, is livid. She's always thought of Indiana Fever fans as pretty tough, and now her coach is heading there. Alyssa hasn't held back on Twitter, sharing her feelings of betrayal like it's a fireworks show on the 4th of July. Just think about it. One moment, the team is focused on a championship run, and the next, the coach is off to Indiana. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Because you had Dejanay tweeting out about how much she hated Fever fans. You had Alyssa Thomas publicly talking about how much she hated Fever fans, how much she hated the Fever fans and all that stuff. And suddenly your head coach is suddenly gone to the Fever. It's not, you wouldn't be too happy about, I wouldn't be too happy about that if I were.
It's not just Alyssa Thomas feeling the heat. Other players are also threatening to leave. Fans are in a frenzy, worried about the team's future, which seems more uncertain than ever. The Sun's management is in a tough spot, trying to prevent everything from completely falling apart.
DeWanna Bonner, there's a possibility that DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas both go to the Phoenix Mercury. Like, that is a legitimate thing that a lot of people think is going to happen. That DeWanna Bonner is going to go back to Phoenix, and with that, Alyssa Thomas is going to go with her to Phoenix.
You might be asking why there's so much chaos. The answer: Stephanie White. She wasn't just the coach. She was the heart of the team, keeping everything together. With her departure, the Sun are left with a big gap that's hard to fill.
Anyway, so the team can't tank. The team can't win. And the worst part is that they're going further and further behind as far as WNBA teams are concerned.
How did the Sun players respond to Coach White's departure? Let's just say it was chaos. There was shock, anger, and a lot of confusion. Alyssa Thomas didn't hold back on Twitter, expressing her feeling of betrayal, and she's not alone in her frustration. The whole team feels like they've been blindsided. You might think it can't be that bad, but it is. To make matters worse, the Sun don't even have their first-round pick in the upcoming draft. Rebuilding is going to be a real challenge. It's like trying to bake a cake without any ingredients.
The Sun are screwed because, one, you can't really tank because they gave their pick. I'm pretty sure they not give their pick to Chicago.
The fans are feeling the pain just as much as the players. One fan even said they're so embarrassed they want to hide in a bush. Can you imagine fans across Connecticut diving into bushes to escape the shame of what's happening to their beloved team? It's a tough time for everyone involved.
And the team is screwed. The team is screwed. And again, if I was a fan of the Connecticut Sun, who celebrated that Indiana Fever playoff series win like it was the biggest thing in the world, this is what I would be right now. If I was near a bush, I would fall back into the bush to make sure nobody can see me.
But here's the real twist. It's not just about losing a coach. The Sun could be facing a mass exodus of players. Key players like Janet Evans might be considering leaving. It's like watching a championship puzzle crumble, piece by piece.
And then they're coming into 2026 as the 6th seed with a mediocre pick, with a team with Dejanay and the whole team of free agents. Unless, of course, with their one real, you don't even have a first round pick this year.
So what's next for the Sun? That's the big question. Management is focused on rebuilding, but how can they do that when their key player just left for Indiana? It will take more than just a few pep talks and new strategies to turn things around. One thing's for sure, the Connecticut Sun we knew last season are gone, and now they're a team in turmoil with an uncertain future. This drama is unfolding right in front of us in the WNBA. You might think the Fever got lucky by snagging a coach during the Sun's crisis, but what if this is all part of a larger plan? Stephanie White's return to Indiana isn't just a homecoming. It could ignite a basketball revolution. This move is far more significant than it appears. In a recent interview when she was asked why she took this job, she said,
What made you want to take this job?
Well, first and foremost, it's home. I mean, this is a franchise in the Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers that's in my DNA.
Let's dive into why the Indiana Fever just pulled off such a major coup. Stephanie White isn't just any coach. She has a remarkable history with the Fever that's hard to believe. Did you know she was part of their very first team back in 2000? White has been with the Fever since the very beginning.
Morning. White, who spent the last 2 seasons with the Connecticut Sun, is an Indiana native and starred at Purdue. She was also on the Fever's coaching staff from 2011 to 2016 and was head coach for the last 2 years of that stint. She also played for the team for 4 seasons.
Here's the exciting part. White was at the helm when the Fever last reached the finals. Can you guess when that was? It was in 2015. And she wasn't just a bystander. She was the head coach, guiding the team to back-to-back semifinal appearances. Talk about an impressive track record.
I think the greatest thing is just, for me, having been a part of the WNBA for 25 years, having worked on both sides of it in the media and on the coaching.
But it gets even better. White knows Indiana basketball inside and out. She's not just a coach. She's practically a legend in the community. With over 2 decades of experience as both a player and a coach, she's woven into the very fabric of the Fever. That kind of connection is priceless.
It went 55-25 with consecutive semifinal appearances with the Sun, winning WNBA Coach of the Year in 2023 before her return to the WNBA.
You might be wondering what makes her so special. Well, let me tell you, her track record is impressive. During her last stint as head coach, White led the Fever to a remarkable 55-25 record. That's not just good. That's championship-level success.
Kelly Kloskoff said in a statement, Stephanie is part of the fabric of this franchise, both as a former player and as a member of our championship coaching staff. So I'm quite familiar with her elite basketball IQ and leadership style. I am confident there is no one who better understands our culture or is more equipped to lead a group of players to the next level.
So how did the Fever manage to pull off the biggest coaching steal in WNBA history? It's straightforward. They knew exactly what they were getting with White. She's not just an excellent coach. She's a vital part of Indiana basketball history. As Kelly Koff put it,
Stephanie White, who actually was the coach the last time the Indiana Fever made the finals, is now the coach of the Fever again. So lads, this is a big one.
can you believe she's not just returning? She's coming home? And here's the thing. White isn't just in it for the paycheck. She has unfinished business with the Fever. Remember that 2015 finals appearance? White isn't content with just getting there. She wants to win it all. And she knows exactly how to make that happen.
I spoke with Caitlin last night, and I think just overall excitement. You know, I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader, when I was coaching at the college realm and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team.
But here's where it gets really exciting. White has a secret weapon, and her name is Caitlin Clark. That's right. White's experience in developing young talent is now combined with one of the most promising prospects in WNBA history. Just think about the potential of this partnership. In her interview, White even said she's been following Caitlin Clark's journey for years.
This team's going to be really good on defense. I mean, she will have this team playing real defense next year, which is something that at times the Fever lacked badly. And I don't expect a lot of the nonsensical things, the timeouts in all the wrong spots.
White isn't just returning to Indiana with her defensive coaching skills. She's bringing a winning culture, a fierce competitive spirit, and a deep understanding of what makes this team thrive. It's as if she never left. But now she's coming back stronger than ever.
Pretty cool symmetry. You wore number 22 for the Indiana Fever. I mean, maybe it's too soon to say, but you could potentially be coaching the last player to ever wear 22 for the Indiana Fever. That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. I saw when they posted that today. I thought it was unique, certainly. She's a lot better, number 22. She puts the ball in the hole a lot.
So get ready, basketball fans. The Indiana Fever just pulled off the coaching move of the century, and they're still making waves. With Stephanie White leading the way and Caitlin Clark ready to shine, this team is about to become the most exciting show in the WNBA. You definitely won't want to miss a moment of it. But wait, there's more. While some rookies need time to adjust, Caitlin Clark is no ordinary rookie. She's got something special that could shake up the entire league. And here's the twist. She shares a fascinating connection with Coach White. They both wore the number 22. Talk about destiny. Let's address the elephant in the room. Caitlin Clark is poised to take the WNBA by storm. You might be wondering if she can truly dominate at the pro level. Well, get ready for a surprise. Clark isn't just skilled, she has a chip on her shoulder and something to prove. Remember all those records she broke in college? Those were just the warm-up. Now she's ready to showcase her talent on the biggest stage. It's not just about her abilities. It's about how perfectly she fits with Coach White's style. They're like peanut butter and jelly, Batman and Robin, or Jordan and Pippen. A match made in basketball heaven. And you can see the deep respect Clark has for White.
Obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games. I think what she's done is just, she's obviously, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career, and always been really supportive.
So, what makes them such a perfect match? It all boils down to one key factor. White has been following Clark's journey since she was in 8th grade. Can you believe that? While everyone else is just now jumping on the Clark bandwagon, White has been a front-row spectator for years. And here's the fascinating connection between Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White that no one seems to be talking about. They both have an incredible drive to win. White said it herself about Clark.
She wants to play, she just wants to win, and I'm looking forward to coaching players like that.
And that's not just coach talk. It's a genuine connection between two people who are passionate about basketball. But here's the exciting part. White isn't planning to just let Clark do her thing. She has big plans to elevate Clark into an even bigger superstar. We're talking about taking her game to a whole new level. Imagine Clark's incredible college performances, but now with White's extensive WNBA experience guiding her. It's going to feel like watching a superhero origin story unfold in real time. But wait, it gets even wilder. Clark might not be the only star in this championship puzzle. White is also focused on building a whole team of superstars around her. Think players like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. This isn't just about one player taking over the league. It's about creating a brand new basketball dynasty in Indiana.